right. Number 4 on side A of More Noise in an Already Noisy World is a cover of Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line by Waylon Jennings, of course. Yeah, that came about years ago. We were working with a guy, Pascal, who was sitting in on drums. Great guy, super good guy. Um, and we needed to pad out sometimes, like when we're playing bar sets, or we used to more often. We still get asked to do a lot of kind of like corporate or private stuff, or just even bar sets where you're playing more than one set, two, three sets some nights. And we just wanted to add to our repertoire of covers. And I think it was Charlie who'd kind of been playing with the um the lick, the riff, the from Only Daddy That Walked the Line. So we started working on it with Pascal, and he kept playing this halftime feel over it. And we were like, no, Pascal, it's kind of this like swingy shuffle thing. It's very up tempo. And he was like, I don't know, I'm not feeling that. Like everything you're playing makes me feel like it's got to be a halftime thing. And so we were like, well, screw it. What does it sound like in halftime? So we started playing it with this like, real laid back halftime groove, just slowed it right down. And it started to feel real funky, real cool, but like it had this kind of 70s vibe. And that's when it dawned on me. I'm like, man, if Waylon had cut this in the 70s instead of the 60s, maybe that's what this would have sounded like. Maybe this would have been Waylon's version in the 70s. Maybe if he had shelved it for a few years. Kind of like what happened with his version of Just to Satisfy You. Sorry, I blanked for a second there. When he recut it in the 80s with Willie, it had much more of a totally different vibe and sound, same song. But anyway, I digress. Yeah. So it ended up in our live set quite a bit over the years. And then when it came time to make this record, and, I wanted to get at least one cover on here because it never hurts to put a cover on an album. I immediately went to that one because I felt like not only did it fit the vibe of this album overall, but, this album in a way is a bit of a tribute to the whole outlaw country, scene in the 70s. Waylon for sure is, like gotta he's kind of the muse if you were listening to my earlier talk that I was tapping into. So there you go. That's how Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line got in here.